How are you?
Very well, thank you. Have you been thinking of the bubbles with your core key and then 4 other main keys that we can then link together and start expanding by using synonyms? Before you consolidate, we have to expand the view of what we can be. And sometimes words have power and vibration. So a synonym can take us into a direction we didn't even think. For instance, someone, you say, I am a Zumba instructor, but instructor is a teacher, and it could be a mentor, and it could be a guide, and a dancer could be a movement, a healer in body movement, etc. Have you got any preliminary ideas of how you could expand before we start consolidating?
I seem to be in a group of like psychology and art with business.
Wow. Use the art as a way to access the unconscious. You go a huge new field.
See.
So that is a new language. You would be reading the unconscious through the drawings or through the art, but I don't say it hasn't been done. It has already been done, but it doesn't have Celeste's signature on it. For us to be real, it needs to have our signature in it. It doesn't matter that millions and millions of people have done it. Who cares what other people have done? You have a calling and you have a passion. There is something there you need to give or needs to grow, sprouts. That's how I want you to think it, you see? So even if today we do an introduction to this idea, the next week we do unraveling of the idea. So Jenny, could you explain to everybody else from where you were at, where you are at, in terms of how you released some layers and how you have identified or refined where you are at today?
The first thing that comes to mind is that I feel in my experience that if I want to be able to do the things that you have just described, like gaining clarity, knowing where you're at, those kind of stuff, the first thing that was required for me to do is to relax. You said earlier that I sound more together, more coherent, more calm. And that is a result of me leaving a stressful job situation. Not stressful, but unpleasant. And once I leave the job that I don't like, and I don't put any pressure on myself on getting a job now, or I don't put any expectation on myself, I need to get this kind of job at this time point. I just let everything float around. That alone allows everything to happen for me internally, not like the external will come later. Let's see what happened. But like all the internal manifestation of what I've wanted come after I give space for that to happen. And I understand like tapping into that space itself, it's very difficult. Trying, like tapping into it, get out and see how comfortable you are, and then tap into it again. Like you said, it's just like everything else. You do it a bunch of times, then like suddenly you're just like, okay, I'm super cool with not knowing anything. And
Yes.
that alone allows me, like everything else just come naturally. Like I don't even feel like I'm doing anything. It's just like things just happen. The clarity just like dropping. So I feel like the worst thing you can do is to pressure yourself to find clarity. And that's precisely when you don't get clarity.
That's right. So,
Yeah.
Have you heard her? I mean, hello, I am either a very good teacher or she's a very good student.
You are a very good teacher.
But you know, she never gave up. She kept on going and kept on going. And sometimes she's pulling her hairs out, and sometimes I'm just like shouting at her, and sometimes she's like, yay! And we're like, ooh, celebrating. It's so crazy. It's a roller coaster. The whole journey of abandoning your ego to tell you what you should be doing and starting to accept the flow to guide you and the clarity to come in the silence, in your meditation. Align with your heart, to not have to excuse yourself, not to have to justify yourself, not to have to be presentable or acceptable, not to need a pat on your shoulder. We go through the totems, through the archetypes, through tarot readings, rune readings, I don't know, anything and everything. I Ching, anything, everything that comes through, we just translate it, extract the core, and get the core words and release the rest like layers of an onion, let go of it and get to the core. We have both been through the same process of releasing everything until having hardly nothing, just the bones, and say, this is not possible. Life cannot be this tough. Life will be that tough until you release the illusion and start becoming true and real with yourself. And then you can start reconstructing. So that's why Jenny is now in like intermediate advanced, because I see everything like languages, intermediate advanced spiritual level, where she's becoming self-sustained, self-contained, self-guided, self-directed. Do you know what a skill that is? I always say, first, start from somewhere. This step is as good step as any step. Second, start working on the processes I give you. Third, do not give up. Fourth, laugh. Laugh at you, laugh at him, laugh at her, laugh at us, laugh at the cosmic joke. The Buddha is always laughing. It's all a big joke, it's an illusion. It's a game we're playing. It's not even real. It doesn't matter if we do this or we do that. The intention is what releases all the false parts in your life. Let go of the people you need to let go. Do not hold on to people who are not good for you. Do not take in ideas and judgments from people who don't know who you are. Honor yourself.